Hello friends, namaskar dosto. It's a beautiful Friday, January the 14th, 2022. Today, I would like to take you through the ghats of Matheran. This video is not entirely about Matheran. Predominantly, it's about the road experience from Matheran Hill Station to Neral City. Alright, so let's begin. Okay, so this is Dasturi. Dasturi is the entry point where you take the ticket and enter the hill station of Matheran. These are all Omni taxis, Omni Eco taxis that you get from Neral towards Matheran. Now there are about 15 bends altogether, and 7 of them are hairpin bends. And by the way, the elevation of Matheran is 800 meters above sea level, which is 2,625 feet above sea level. Although this is more, approximately 300 meters more than Lonavala, it is not as cold as Lonavala because it is about the proximity of it from the Arabian Sea. So it's about 90 kilometers from Mumbai CST or Mumbai City, and that's why you still have the warm breeze here, and that's why you don't feel as much as cold you feel in Lonavala. So Lonavala, and however, this has another uniqueness. Matheran is the only automobile-free hill station in the entire continent of Asia. And also it happens to be the tiniest hill station in Asia with an area of 7 square kilometers. Inside the hill station, you would find, once you cross the Dasturi point, you would find mode of transportation as man-pulled carts, which is called as palki, or you can get horse rides as strutting, as the horse will just walk, or if you are adventurous and if you want riding on the horse, then they also provide galloping services where the horse will actually run like you see in the movies and things, right? It would not walk like a donkey. So that's also available. Another thing that is available in or Matheran is famous for is chikki. It is equivalent to Lonavala. Lonavala is also famous for chikki, and this is also famous for chikki. Again, a lot of similarities. That's also a hill station. This is also a hill station. Again, origin the same. Britishers discovered this hill station similar to Lonavala and Khandala. So here we have Sir Hugh Point's Mallet. That's the name of the person who discovered Matheran. Back in the days, it was only tribal villagers who used to live here, and the Britishers came in and they settled down here, and they made it as like their summer capital or summer station. So they used to post here during summers. And when the Britishers left, similar to what happened in other parts of the country, they handed it over to Parsis and Abdul Hussain Adamji Pir Boy, just like Jamshedji JJ Boy, JJ Hospital in Bombay. So that person, Abdul Hussain Adamji Pir Boy, he took over and he started taking care of. Then there was railway station, that is the meter gauge. It's not a it's not a narrow gauge, it's a meter gauge. And I'm sorry. So yeah, it is 610 millimeters, which is smaller than the narrow gauge, than the meter gauge. So yeah, this is narrow gauge, and 1000, which is 1 meter, is called as meter gauge. Then we have the broad gauge that we normally know as the railway tracks. So these things are rarely used. Meter is not at all used. Narrow is used in Shimla as well as here. So that's how it is. These parts are especially a little difficult, rough patch, I would say, because here it's not even the railway. You have a couple of railway tracks crossing. through this road, and it's not that easy. That little part is you have to go around to first gear because uh, the see like you notice here, the road is really bad around just the tracks. Otherwise, the entire stretch, right from the top till the bottom, till downstairs, downhill, that is near Neural City. It's the surface of the road is really really nice. Long back, it was in this way. It was really bad, and I thank the municipality who has taken care of it. However, yeah, like you see, this wear and tear, yeah, is the mud and these things are, it would keep happening because of rains and, you know, uh, it the landslides and things like that. But periodic maintenance is still going on, and they keep renovating it. And the surface of the road, 99% of the surface of the road is super awesome. It's very beautiful. It's very nice. These bends are very difficult, and if you're traveling for the first time, I would prefer that you take it slow, take it a little slow, because it's not, it isn't as easy as it looks, especially while going up. You would have to, most of the bends you would have to put it in first gear. It's that difficult. And if you are in a car, if you're driving, it is you would have to go to the other lane, because you cannot take a sharp hairpin bend without going to the other lane, and that would make a little difficult for the oncoming traffic. So before you take a blind spot hairpin turn, you start honking so that the oncoming people or traffic would know. If you are on a bike, then I do not think that it is needed for you to, go to the other side of the lane or the opposite lane. You can still manage inside your own lane. It's just a little difficult. It's like a very sharp handle turn, almost like, as much as it can turn, it's that much you have to, and it's in first gear. And now that's the challenge when you're going upwards. Now when you're coming down, the challenge that you have is the not exactly like this. Now you would not know if someone is overtaking there or it's a blind spot. So for that, you have to again keep it at first gear and keep your brakes in control, and that would take care of it. Now there is a spot between Matheran and Nehru City, and it's called as Jummapatti. Now, Jummapatti is a small, teeny weeny town, and this town has the specialty of this town. There are two things about this town that I would like to say. One is that long back, there was, back in the days when there was pop albums and all used to be famous, and back in the days, there was this song called as Piya Basanti Re. So old guy used to sing like Piya Basanti Re Kai Sataye Aja. So that song, the shooting of that was shot here. Just a couple of glimpses from that is Jummapatti station. Jummapatti is again like it is a town, and it also the railway station, that is the narrow gauge toy trains railway station. So there was, so this is approximately, I think, yeah, this is the area, and on the right hand side you would see the railway station, but I could not move the camera because it was mounted on my chest, so I could not move it. So this is the spot. This is Jummapatti. Another thing about Jummapatti is that auto rickshaws can come only till this point, like you see on the right hand side. So they can come only till this point because rickshaw is approximately 650 cc, and the weight and the power ratio, if you notice, it does not have the torque to go beyond this particular place, because further ahead it is very sharp turns, and as well as very inclined climb, so which rickshaw would not be able to do even if it is empty. So that's the thing. So for that, they only restrict and limit to Nyamapati. Mm, 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 सो गया है रास्ता सो गया ये जहां सो gaya आसमां. The reason I remembered this song is back in college days, we didn't have bikes and things, so we used to walk all up right from Neral station to Matheran, and it used to take about the distance is about 10 kilometers, and the ghat section. So it used to take about 3.5 hours, and we typically used to prefer walking or climbing or trekking in the night. So let's say we started around 3 o'clock, right? The last train Karjat, and we get down at near around, let's say, 2:45, and we start by 3 o'clock, and we reach by sunrise, and that's a beauty. So while we used to walk up this same exact same road, we used to play this song, and the song is from Tezab. So gaya ye jahan, आसमां. And the funny line in that is that जिनके घर भी रहते उन लोग घर पे जाके सो गए अपने ऐसा बंटल लोग निकले. So it's a beautiful song, and it appropriately, you know, it's apt for this road and the situation. But now it is day, and I prefer riding during the day all the time. I never prefer riding during the nights because your visibility is 40% down or 40% less than the usual, because if sunlight is free you don't have to put extra lights on your vehicle. Rather than that, you just travel during the day. So I always prefer, from day one I prefer riding during the day. My typical time is I start at 5 o'clock, and if it is winter, a little leviage, and I start at 6 o'clock, and the destination feels not so far, because there are a lot of advantages of starting early in the morning. First is a lot of brightness, 100% visibility. Second is the weather is pleasant, it's cold, and it's clean because less traffic, and because less traffic you get to maneuver faster. So, and plus you come out of the city very soon, and you reach the destination sooner than you estimate, and it's a beautiful, pleasurable ride. Because if you start even a little later during the day, it becomes very hectic, because you'll get stuck in the traffic. The heat will, scorching heat will trouble you, and the pollution will trouble you. A lot of reasons. And if you notice that you know if you travel at night, again there's a huge risk of visibility. First is visibility. This that is you will have only 60% visibility. You would never, and considering the surface of the roads we have, so it is always appropriate to do it during the day. So visibility, and then the heavy vehicles, because heavy vehicles are not allowed during the day, so they always prefer, not prefer, they are supposed to travel during the night. So you have heavy, and you have seen millions of accidents due to heavy containers or trucks, or people dozing, the drivers dozing off and falling asleep and things like that. There are a lot of risk factors there. Because of that, it becomes very difficult to ride during the night, and especially when you are um, going through a patch which is quite a stretch where there is no civilization around. It gets really more difficult, and it gets really risky. Yeah. So okay, so bolte bolte we came to the end of the ghat. Now we are joining the Karjat Badlapur pipeline road. It's called Matheran. So that was about it. It's a beautiful ride, and I would recommend that you, when you come here, you make sure that different places it is also written as there could be a lot of fogs. So be prepared. Ride slow, ride safe, and that is all I would recommend you all the time. So thank you very much. It was a great experience, and I wish that you too had a good time watching this video. Alrighty, thank you. Bye bye.